just a quick, very, very quick intro to what this video is going to be. It's not a super long video, but this came up recently because I had done like an ink circle on one of my Instagram posts, and someone asked how I did it, and I just want to show you how I did it. And I also want to show you a couple other tools you can use to play with your ink. If you want to swab them, check out what the ink is like without using Q-tips or without having to go through the hassle of cleaning a fountain pen. Not that it's really a hassle, but in case you want to make like an ink catalog or something, these are some tools you can use. And I just do one very classic ink. It's the Waterman ink, and you can just see if it's interesting and fun for you. So let's go do that. Hello, today we're gonna do this. We're gonna look at a couple ways that you can check out your ink using reusables and not Q-tips. In case you don't want to use Q-tips or you don't have Q-tips on hand, I don't even know if they're considered an essential item right now with all the crazy lockdowns. So we're gonna be working with Waterman's Tender Purple ink. Let's do a couple things, shall we? It's kind of inquisitive musings, but maybe less musy and more focused. So first up, we're going to shake up our ink. And the reason for that is we want to get ink on the rim. If you're using a super sheeny ink, make sure you have a wet towel at hand so you can dry the threads. So what we're going to do, we're going to make one of these by putting our paper onto the rim. I am just making a circle. If you have an unbalanced ink bottle, hold it or be careful. Fortunately, the Waterman ink bottles are quite stable, and here is our ink ring. Sometimes they work nicer than others. This one's alright. I don't mind it. Oh, I don't know why I'm closing that. So that's one thing you can do. And the nice thing is you can use a little pocket notebook, like the Lockbee pocket notebook, and you can just do ink rings per page. This is Quizzy Sheen Machine. Awesome! And then, next, we have a glass eyedropper. You don't even have to pick up any ink. You can just actually like dip it and put it down, because you'll actually get some ink in it anyway. And in this regard, you'll get a more accurate look at the color of the ink without it being crazy saturated. So we have that. Next up, I have a folded nib from Toronto Pen Company. This is the CxPO. I'll put links for them. You can use any folded nib. You can use any size you want. I just like this one because it's really fun for playing with. So what we're gonna do is just dip it in the ink bottle, pick up some ink, do a little line like so. Might as well use up the ink that's in it, huh? Hi. Meow. And as you continue to write, your ink flow will run drier as you run out of ink, and you get a nice range of ink shading and what your ink might look like. Okay, there was a lot of ink in there, so I just put some back in the bottle. Let's see. Oh my gosh, the thing was holding so much. I dipped it so deep. Okay, there we go. Hilarious. So there's that. You can do that. Next up, you can use... Okay, let's let that dry, actually. A paintbrush. I have a big paintbrush, so I'm going to just dip a tiny bit. And then, I mean, that's it. That's all there is to it. You just do this and see what happens. So you get a nice selection / range of what your ink can do. Also, you have fun, and you reuse, except for your paper and your ink. But, you know, can't have everything. So while that is doing its thing, the last thing I suggest, or, you know, you could do, is a water brush. This one actually has water in it, And let me just make sure. Yeah, it's got water. Oh, I plunged too much water. You can just, you know what? Let me get one that doesn't have water in it. And there's a reason for that. The reason for that is I don't want to taint the color. So if you want to see an idea of what your ink could look like in another form, just take a water brush and just glide through it. Look at that. So pretty. So there you go. There is a small selection of things you can do to swab your ink that uses all reusable items. Except for the ink and the paper. There you go. I hope this was fun. I hope you learned something. Let me know what you think. Do you have a method that I missed? Probably. There's lots of methods. Do you have a method that you favor? I'm curious. Share with me. And that's everything. I hope this was fun. That's the idea. I hope it was fun. And